back to the issue of economics and the cost of living. I just want to take a slide to inflation. If my director can just take me to the slide of inflation, because, again, this has been one of the points you talk about as leader of government business on the floor. I made a comparison of inflation under the PF up to 2021. So when in July of 2021, because this is the figure you argue about, 24.6% in July. In December, it was at 16.4%. Inflation under the UPND in 2022, it was at 9.9%. The highest it went was in 2024 at 16.7%. As of June, July, as we speak, it's at 6.5%. Yes, 6.5%.
Yes.
And this is what you are telling the people of Zambia. Look, we've brought down inflation from 1 year, from July, 5 years ago, from 24.6% to 6.5%. Almost 20% down. So bravo, you've done a good job.
Thank you.
But let's go to the cost of living, Madam Vice President, because these are the economics people don't understand.
Okay.
If inflation is at 6.5%, can you explain then why in 2026, under your rule, you have a basic needs basket at 12,112 kwacha for a family of 6?
2016, where are you?
Here in 2021, it was at 8,394. The cost of living for a family of 6 in Lusaka. With inflation at 24.6. Why then should the people don't understand? Why then is it 4,000 kwacha higher in 2026 when inflation is 6.5? Director, just take me to the slide of the cost of commodities, because these are the real issues that people are complaining about. In 2021, Madam Vice President, 25 kg bag of mealie meal, 130 kwacha. In 2026, 272. Cooking oil, 190, now 200. I'm sure you can see where I'm trying to drive at. So when you've brought down inflation to 6.5, why are things still more expensive than they watch?
I think we can first speak of the time cost of money. I think there is such a phrase, I could mix it up. That is for those that do economics. That money, value of money gets depleted as you go. So basically costs go up. That's normal, natural. What you bought 10 years ago cannot cost the same today. It will be a very strange scenario. So time cost of money is something that is there in your economics. That is something to capture. What you do in curbing the cost of living, Costa, is not about bringing down the cost only, which is very little normally. To bring it down is to raise people's income. To raise people's income to meet this cost.
Is that happening?
It is slowly happening today. I think if you look at what you need to look at is the minimum wage. That is a very good indicator. The minimum wage does not remain static. It also gets increased. That is when you are thinking of this. If costs remain static, why should you increase salaries? So what we are working on is to increase people's incomes, whichever income, whether it is salary from a formal job, whether it is income from the market. When you raise the income, they start meeting there. I am not saying the cost of living is good, but look at what we have gone through, the challenges we have had to do. Now we are here. The point is we will lower the cost of living.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this directly.
I hope I've made a point here.
But I want you to
issues I have said there. Time, is it time cost of money and also the raising of the income. I want you to look into that camera, Madam Vice President, and speak to a person in a compound who is thinking and asking this question. Nalumango, my Vice President. Tizadia inflation 6.5. Tizadia debt restructuring. Tizadia my reserves. When Wungaudi 270, Ukuku ni 150. This is what the people are saying. And this is the message. What's your message to? Inflation. Lero inflation tulelanda iya mutengo wandalama ukupona tulelanda okutila ichalo chawamako nomba fifile fyafika kulimwe mwe bantu. I think echo lelanda icho tulelanda po chako bati ubuteko bulefu ayo kubombesha nomba pantu mutwale pita mwali umwakosa kulya kumbina alilanda ati twaikele Costa ubufi pa chintu chakwa fetu kuti chapona twalebe pa abantu atimpie poshiri ukulabe pa bakasha timpia natukwata kuliafi impia natukwata mpaka bakwikata kunchito epo twafikire nangu mpaka baisa mitansi ya barenti ifo we are being sincere ukweba tifi efiofili ifili mwebe na Zambia tyakweba tinomba ili tulebwela pantu twali chimfie fingi makamake fyankongole twaikele pachimbotela ichakweba tinga chali tirika ngoko na ikanga twali tikafila na tiranda buchishungwa we could have ground to a hot no kwa kukongola takwali haka indi abombela po ukweba tina tubweshe ishinkongole tupange bwino ichakweba tibela tona ula yote tibatu teti tona iketeti na tukwate otupio tweso so twasuminishanya impieshi isho mulela ndata tusakameni abantu awe ishi naomba tulefu ayo kubombesha inchito shikafule nempiesho tukwata bakosta tekweba tubutekwe bulya bule twala ku bantu ushero twalanda pali free education mwachirumbula ati chintu twabomba mwebe na Zambia busheshi mpia shirefu makwe ishi mpia shako afirisha abantu washirefola because huku fola tebuteko bufolesha na iwe kostola folesha na balia bakwate stolo bala folesha nomba twamono ko tibambia bafolesha taba isho abantu bale fola tabale kwanisha nomba tuwe tunatie muku bafolesha abantu echo tuwebera tibafwe niko abana bereka maskulu twapela free education echo tutilira bambi bale filwo kubomba tabale kwataka pia kaka kushitobunga bapeniko social cash transfer bambi na bafirwa na social tabali ipo pantemyaka taifikirepo tuwaiba tibapeniko cash for work ndela ndafie fimo ifile chitika bambi batira moneni nabana babapina bala paso okuya ku university bushebe nabaleke mpia shia teti ubuteko bulete mpia mumayanda 1 kupelo kumuna igroup ili mu buchushu sana nisa bana benu bale ku university nangu mwali chula umwana ngale sambilira aya ku university ubuteko bule mulipilira. That is what cost it means. That's how we are cushioning. You can't get money from the savings mambo kufolesha abantu door to door takwa bala kubefyo idia ikele iya kutiro obushiku chabipisha kuti twabutukiramo watiralanda watira itati import cover iya kweba tifu tatukwete ibelo panondelanda kuli ubulwele bwa measles mu Zambia ama measles umwalo ubisana natu nabana bambi nabafwa mulenje twala kitashani kuya tola kula kwine panta ili mu budget twafuirisheko ukushite fintu tyafuirisheko myo yabantu lero apa ture yafuirisha bali abashire kwanisha obunga mwabapela bali abashire kwanisha mwabapela ukubeshi ba mu community not general tutampi okola folesha so buteko bwali misakamana mwebe na Zambia echo bulesalira abashikwetechi bafweni kwa maskulu bafweni ko kuma university bafweni ko kubapela ko to social cash transfer bafweni ko normal ait kumo walishibati bali chinja matarifu niwo wachilana ndapali open access na malaiti kumo bali chinja tekwa bati wewe wikala kusaning deo ulipila chimo chino no wikala kuka mwala